Thank you very much. It is a great honor to participate with you in this seminar. Also, thank you very much for the thoughts and analysis that the distinguished speakers have shared. Today's world faces a moment of great uncertainty. The COVID-19 pandemic has accelerated the evolution of worldwide transformation at an unprecedented rate, not seen in the last 100 years. The spread of the pandemic, the world economic recession, and governance problems pose relevant challenges to humanity, while unilateralism, protectionism, and the policy of using force against the interests of humanity gravely endanger international cooperation. They seriously impinge on international order and international mechanisms, I mean peace, stability, and world security. In the face of these complex global challenges, President Xi Jinping has recently stated at the virtual meeting of the World Economic Forum and the Davos Agenda that the proper path is to defend and practice multilateralism and to promote the construction of a common destiny for humanity. We must insist on openness and inclusion instead of isolation and exclusion. We must respect international laws and rules instead of imposing hegemony and selfishness. We must opt in favor of consultation and collaboration instead of conflict and confrontation. Humanity shares one single planet, Earth, and has a shared future, either to confront the current crisis or to create a beautiful future. In all cases, we need to maintain unity and foster cooperation. Practice has shown us time and again that those who seek to have their own benefit at the expense of their neighbors are doomed to failure. And those who just try to fix things on their own and fall into arrogant isolation. If we work hand in hand, we can illuminate the path with multilateralism as our guiding torch and the path towards a community of a shared future for humanity. With this guidance under the firm leadership of the Communist Party of China and Secretary General Xi Jinping as our leader, China has been able to achieve considerable development accomplishments over last year, despite the spread of the pandemic throughout the world and the shadow that it imposes over the world economy. We have been able to make China one of the first countries to contain the pandemic and have demonstrated a responsible way of promoting cooperation to fight the pandemic. And the only major economy that has been able to keep itself on the path of positive growth. In 2020, the GDP of China exceeded 100 billion yuan, with an increase of 2.3% growth, which represents around 17% of the global economy. Global direct foreign investment into China increased at 4%. This means that China has become the biggest recipient of foreign capital in the world. We have completed an historic mission in terms of eradicating poverty by covering more than 850 million people since the biggest accomplishment since the founding of the People's Republic of China. And in order to further develop our reform and opening, we are accelerating efforts to foster a new pattern of development in which national cycles uh, will be both national and international and can promote and encourage each other. In this fashion, we will be able to afford more opportunities for development and inject greater dynamism into the global economic recovery during the post-pandemic period. Unfortunately, during the Donald Trump administration, relations between China and the United States have undergone severe difficulties, which is not what China had hoped for. However, they blame China for this, but for some time, the government of the United States, through words and deeds, has been interfering in the internal affairs of our country and undermining our interests and endangering our bilateral relationship. The essential cause of this is that certain individuals in the United States, in order to impose their hegemony over China, as its leading strategic rival, have arbitrarily been attacking China on all fronts. They did not recognize or respect the rights and interests that justly respond to China rather they have sought to obstruct our peaceful development. Now, with the new Biden administration, relations between China and the United States are at a new crossroads. And its future development will depend on the political decisions taken by the United States. China's policy vis-a-vis the United States is consistent and clear. We are committed to having non-confrontational relations with the United States of mutual respect and cooperation for mutual benefit of the United States. And also, we will firmly protect our sovereignty and security and interests in developing our country. We hope that the new U.S. administration will be able to make progress in this same direction as the Chinese side is doing, to reinforce dialogue and to work towards cooperation to overcome any disagreements with the view to having healthy and stable bilateral relations. Dear friends, both China and the countries of Latin America and the Caribbean, these are all developing countries with emerging economies. And in China, we have maintained a consistent, firm foreign policy of consolidating and encouraging relations with Latin America with a strategic long-term vision. Given the unexpected COVID-19 pandemic, China and the countries of your region have shared this concept of a common human destiny and have come together to provide mutual support in order to overcome this difficult moment in our history. In this, our friendship is further developing between our peoples, and it has been raised to a higher level. China attributes great importance to the development of relations with the countries of Latin America and the Caribbean. China will continue to support our exchanges and cooperation with the countries in the region in the fight against the pandemic, for economic recovery, and to improve the well-being of our peoples and in other spheres as well. And we shall continue to promote our relations during this new era characterized by equality, mutual benefit, innovation, openness, and well-being for the good of our peoples in order to construct that shared destiny that Latin America, the Caribbean, and China share. I would like to mention that Venezuela and China are strategic partners that have integrated, and we have a traditional friendship. China continues to hold a consistent and clear position in this regard as well. The internal affairs of Venezuela must and can only be decided by their own people. We oppose any foreign interference in the internal affairs of Venezuela, and we repudiate any forms of blockade or criminal sanctions against Venezuela. China congratulates the establishment or the taking of office of the new National Assembly in Venezuela and are satisfied to see that the different parties are participating in political dialogue within the framework of the Constitution in order to build peace, national stability, cooperation, and economic and social development together. Venezuela is an important country in the region. We hope and also believe that the Venezuelan government will continue to play its constructive role in the development of relations between China and the rest of Latin America and the Caribbean. This year marks the 100th anniversary of the establishment of the Chinese Communist Party. And we also have a new plan for economic and social development, and we will continue to go forward to comprehensively build a socialist modern country. Meanwhile, Venezuela will share the 200th anniversary of the victory of the battle at Carabobo, which brought great glory to the homeland of the liberator Simón Bolívar. China is willing to work together with our Venezuelan counterparts to implement the very important consensuses reached by President Xi Jinping and President Nicolás Maduro. We will further develop our exchanges and cooperation under the Belt and Road Initiative in order to promote a strategic partnership at an even higher level, and in this way contribute to the joint construction of a community of common human destiny and to foster stability and prosperity throughout the world. Thank you very much.